Okay, so before I start this video, you see how she's sat on a chair like that? Well, the other day I went downstairs to make a cup of tea, as you do, and I came back up and she was sat on the opposite side of the chair, looking at me quite innocently and chirping. And I did hear a bump or two when I was downstairs, but I didn't really think anything of it. Anyway, half an hour later, after I sat down and everything, she had jumped down and I'd noticed that right there sticking out where she was laid. What is that, you're wondering? It's this, a battery for that micro quadcopter that came the other day. And not only was that there, but there were two of them. The sly little cheeky devil had taken them off of my desk from behind the keyboard, one at a time. One at a time! Now, the one on the top suffered the most damage, as you can see near the connector, but not only that, she also tried biting into the battery. Okay, so do you remember that video in which I mentioned a pet? Good, I have a new pet. Pets, with an S, plural. Okay, so as you can see, this box arrived in the AM, and the rest of this has been deleted with a bit of heat, as you saw. And just in case, it's also blurred. And now I've removed the label, what I can do is slice this open. Like so. Almost sliced my finger off then. Okay, so with this stuff, I guess I could probably do some bass tricks. Alright, so let's try to work our way around this. Don't want to make too much of a mess, because messes are not a fun thing to tidy up. Okay, so what we have here is something I'm not too sure about, but it is warm. And what we have in here is, you can probably see them, mini mealworm pre-pack. These are going to be tasty. Oh, and by the way, Pancake is now downstairs. And the next thing we have in here is some of this stuff. This is known as drug substrate, so this will be part of the floor. Okay, so what else we have in here is... well, there's a lot of this stuff. Actually, I don't think there is anything else. Okay, so the warm part of this box is on the bottom. So what I'll do is I'll leave it like this and slice it open from the sides. And it looks like we've got more of these. Might as well just put some of these into the big box. Okay, so we've got two of these things. And we have this, which is some sort of a heat pad. By the way, that's not able to be reused. And then we have this. Are you able to read that? And we also have this one. Are you able to read that? And I don't think there is anything else in this. So I guess you could probably look forward to some sort of a bass video soon. Maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just throw these straight into the recycling bin. So much like everything else. Oh yeah, by the way, that is flashing away during this video. So yeah. Much like everything else that gets sent to me, these arrived unexpectedly. And what I'm doing right here is building them another temporary home. So this is a container filled with a bit of soil. On top of this soil is going to go that other stuff. But what I'm going to do is, because there are two of those, if you don't know what those are yet, then stay tuned. If you've skipped into this video and found out, then you spoiled it for yourself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to split this so there will be space for two of them. And the way I'm going to section this off is by putting this piece of card that I've cut out in like that. And then what I'll do is I'll glue that in so that they can't get around the sides, and then I'll fill in the rest of the bottom of this with that other stuff. Okay, so I've put the substrate in there. It is nice and damp, not too damp. And what I'll do next is make some air holes with that pin and the flame on the candle. So hopefully the guys are still alive. You're supposed to check on them straight away, but I'm pretty sure they're fine. So I'm just going to make a few holes and then I'll get them out and put them in there. So this container is going to go inside that container, which will help insulate it. And hopefully everything will be fine and dandy. And that should be about it for the holes. Okay, so now we're going to see what they look like, and the first one up is this one. So pop the lid off and out it doesn't come. You should be able to see that right there, can you see? Chilling in the back of the tub. And there we go. So I'll just take this out. Like that. I mean, I guess I could probably just keep him in this. And he's coming out. I'm saying he, but I don't know what it is. Could be a she, could be a he. One thing's for sure, it does have a gender. Should I try to get a close-up shot? I think I might just put him in his home. I don't think he's going to run away. Maybe I can get a close-up shot. Okay, close-up shot time. Okay, and he's escaping. So what you just saw was a super mega close-up. And what I'm going to do now is just put him into his new home. And there we go. And he will stay there for the time being. Okay, so the next guy we have is this one. So I'm going to take the tissue out like this. I think he is actually hiding behind that. Okay, so I don't need to use these, but I'll use these so my hand doesn't block the view of the camera. And there he is.
Nope.
Oh, he's coming back out. And he's probably going to go for a wander around. I guess that was a bit too shaky for him. Let's take the tissue out and get another super mega extreme close-up. And there we go. Araikaso. Okay, open this up. He's trying to hide. You're gonna have to come out, mate. You can't hide.
Nope.
Okay, so let's get a super mega extreme close-up of this guy. And I could probably get a little bit closer with this camera. And yes, I used a completely different camera for that. Okay, so now let's put this guy into his new home. And this time I'm gonna go like this, and hopefully he goes inside. So they're both in there now. So now what I'm gonna do is put them in that other tub and then put them next to a heat mat, which I also have somewhere. Okay, so I'm just going to put these guys in here. And then with these that came with the packaging, I'm just going to squeeze them like that and then pop them on the sides. Squeeze and pop. And then what that will do is it'll stop the tub from rattling around and probably also help insulate it. Luckily I got quite a lot of these. Running out is not going to be an issue. Although when my wife comes home, she may run out when she sees these, but they are only tiny, so it's not really much of a big deal. Yeah, I think that should be enough. So we have that guy in the corner there, and we have this one down here. Okay, so I'm not really a fan of apple, but these I don't mind. Okay, so what I'll do with these guys is give them a couple of days to settle in, and then we can try to feed them. Feed them these. Although these, I might feed a bit of this once I'm done with it. Okay, so I'm going to give these guys some of this and watch what they do.
Any ideas?
Okay, so they're really going to town on this one. So yeah, in a couple of days what I'll do is I'll feed the spiders and we'll see how that goes.